Okay, I'm back with the zinc cell wrapped in cell guard. That's the zinc plate is wrapped in cell guard, and as you can see the charge is getting quite erratic. It's going right up to 460 milliamps. Voltage is dropping and then raising. The zinc growth is getting a bit longer, I think. So that might be the increased surface area happening, I'd imagine. So the video is really about testing the durability of this cell now, pretty much, until I get my stir bars and can make the real material without metal contamination. So the charge has been on for an hour at, just get the multimeter and check. Okay, charge voltage is 3.6, and that's 3.7, so it's gone up a little bit. Or it goes up and goes down. So I'll disconnect the charging and connect the data logger. Okay, we should have voltage. Oh, alright, we got 1.7 and sort of dropping, so we'll do a 10 milliamp. I'll set the cut-off voltage to 0.01, then it will stop. Alright, so another test. Slightly larger charge, or longer I should say. Alright, the cell's still sort of holding, but let's see if it gets 54 minutes and 7 milliwatt hours or whatever it was doing. Alright, I'll let it run and I'll get back. Alright, just thought I'd check in on the cell, and I find this little wavy little whatever we call that. What happened there? We must have had a voltage increase. Yeah, about 32 minutes, so looking not too bad still, even though we're charging the hell out of the cell. It's hard to tell if that's shrinking or growing. It looks like it's growing. Bits in the bottom now. But we'll keep it going, see what we get. Okay, there's a slight increase in the cell. 10 milliamp hours, 8 milliwatt hours, 1 hour runtime, and a voltage bounce back of 0.9. So the extra hour, well, extra half hour of charge didn't really damage the cell. And that's the voltage recovery, had the monitoring left on. So I'll charge it up tomorrow and see what happens. Alright, till then. Okay, today I'm going to remove those dendrites, zinc dendrites, and refold that piece back up and tuck it under the rubber band. And at current voltage after discharge yesterday is 1.1 volts, and for a short circuit, we'll check the short circuit after I remove the dendrites. It's on the 200 range. Short circuiting now. Oh. Here we go. 38 milliamps. Alright, I'll be back. Okay, as you can see, I've got a 4.5 volt charge and we're only got 38 milliamps and climbing and dropping. Sort of a bit erratic. Well, I'll see how it goes. Okay, the cell's now been on charge for 57 minutes. As you can see by the graph, it's raised dramatically in amperage reading, up to 900 just then. It's sort of fluctuating. Voltage is starting to drop. And there's some strange looking things just on the side of that cell there. And a few bubbles at the bottom. Nothing really gassing out the top. So I'm not sure what's going on with the cell actually. So I'll call it that for the charge. I'll just disconnect the charging. Oh, and we dropped in voltage we're 0.7, so we're probably shorted out somewhere. So I'll just connect the other end of the data logger and we'll see what we get. Probably not going to be impressive, the cell's probably damaged. Okay, got the data logger connected. We're only at 0.8 volts. Not looking good for the cell. And I'll set 10 milliamps. It may not even run. If it doesn't, we'll pull the cell apart and have a look at the membrane. Alright, here we go. Okay, we got a voltage increase as we're drawing our load. It's backwards. Now that's weird. Oh yeah, there it goes. It's going. Oh no, it's going up and down. All right, I'll let that run and see what we get. It's going to be an interesting run, I think. Wonder if it goes up to 1 volt. No leads connected. That's the charger leads sitting there. Interesting. Alright, I'll get back. Okay, looks like it's the perfect cell. It increases as you discharge it. How weird. I think it's still climbing, but at a slower rate. It's been 4 minutes into its run and we started off at 0.8 and increased to around 1.2 volts with the 10 milliamp load. Oh, no, it's going up still. How weird. Well, we'll see what it goes up to and then see when it starts dropping. Oh, I think it's stabilizing. Yep, 1.2. Yeah, just dropped then. Alright, I'll be back. Okay, the cell is finally dropping in voltage. I would imagine it was a zinc dendrite that bridged the two cells and it's slowly dissolving after the discharge, maybe. Something like that, perhaps. But the voltage seems to be sort of decreasing slowly. Alright, till the next update. Well, the cells looks like it's still going to make it 7 or 8 milliwatt hours. It's at 5 milliamp hours, 5 milliwatt hours at the moment, 29 minutes into the test, and it's at 0.8, round about what we started at. So the abuse of the cell is still functioning, sort of. So it's pretty robust looking, almost. Been taking a high charge. I'll get back. Okay, cell's finally ran out. It's got a voltage bounce back of 0.7 and increasing, I think, yep. And 9 milliamp hours and 7 milliwatt hours on that run for about an hour. 55-minute charge or something. And we got a 55-minute run time, so it's still holding its same potential. So it's consistent, even though higher charges and some strange effects going on with the voltage. I'll keep the cell alive, a few more charges. I'll keep it going until it dies or my stir bars come and I make more material which isn't contaminated. Probably after Christmas for that. Alright, till the next charge. Okay, today's charge on the cell is going to be a 3 volt charge. It's currently sitting at 1.2 volts. That was left over from the discharge of the other day, so it's holding its voltage well. My other cells will drop to 0.5 when they're not charged and stuff, so the chemistry in this is not too bad. So I'll just connect, first I'll set the monitor and give it about an hour or an hour and a half. on 3 volts this time, just to see how it responds. So we're at 60 milliamps for 3 volts, and the voltage is increasing slightly. We'll see what it does with the charge curve at a lower voltage charge. I'll be back. Okay, the cell's had an hour and 24 minutes on charge. It's dropped in voltage. It started off at 3.2, gone down to 2.8, and the milliamps has gone right off it. So I'll disconnect. Don't know what we're going to get. Probably the same as we did before. Well, we're not going to get much of a voltage by the looks of that. Okay, we're getting 0.1 volt. Very weird. Alright, I'll let that settle for a while and see what happens. I think the cell could be dead now. Okay, it's gone up to 1.1, so I'll stop the monitoring and do it. Discharge 10 milliamps again. We'll see if the voltage goes up as we drain it. Drop. Dendrite growth, I think, shorting it out. Definitely a sick little cell now. Alright, I'll let it go, see what we get. Well, I think I finally cooked that cell. It only ran for 5 minutes. Didn't even, 1 milliamp hour, and it bounced back to 0.9. We'll see if it's got anything left. I'll let that run and see what we get. Well, after yesterday's abuse to the cell, it's only holding 1.1 volt. I don't think the cell's recovering that well anymore. I haven't given it a charge, so we'll see if we can do a 10 milliamp discharge before I pull it apart and see the state of the membrane. Alright, so we dropped right off really quick, that's it. So the cell is actually damaged. I did a short circuit this morning on the cell and it was only 13 milliamps coming out instead of the 50. So I'll glove up and I'll pull it apart and we'll see what we got. Won't be long. Okay, I'm back. The carbon looks like it's intact still. Oh, put it in the view. So the carbon's held up. So we didn't damage the plate. It may have been a bit electrolyte soaked up there, and could have been a bit of this. We got salt built up on our alligator clip. So that part looks alright. The membrane facing the cell itself has some slight maybe these pieces are shorted out. No, they're on the outside. So there doesn't look like anything going on there. And just to unwrap it, it's not flexible, it's still pretty plastic like, this membrane. Nothing inside which would signify damage, and that looks quite reasonable. I'll just wipe that off. So as you can see, that's our zinc surface. So I can't see any point where the damage is. So what I'll do, I'll just, it could be this here. There's salt build up on the zinc plate. Maybe the binder wasn't connecting, but I had it right there. So, and I wobbled the alligator clip heaps. So I'll set the cell back up with a paper towel wrapped around the zinc plate and we'll see what we get, because it doesn't look like it's damaged after all those charges. I thought there'd be holes fractured through the thing, but it's actually quite good. Alright, won't be long. Okay, I have the paper towel wrapped around the zinc cell this time. It's a double layer at the front between the carbon pad and the zinc plate. I'll swap the ends of the lead over. and the voltage is about the same. 1 volt, and I'll have the charger this time set to 2.1 volts, and I'll just connect that up. I'll monitor it first. Right, connecting the charger now. Right. We're 167 milliamps already, dropping. So I'll give that 15 to 30 minutes worth of charge and I'll get back. Okay, we've been on charge for 15 minutes. It's dropped right down to 11 milliamps and the voltage has stayed sort of pretty steady. So I'll disconnect the charge and attach the other ends of the data logger. Okay, we're holding 2 volts. So the cell may not be dead. I'll just stop the data logger and we'll start our 10 milliamp run. Okay, cell's looking alright. So the issue is probably the zinc ions and that cell guard, which is for lithium. Probably incompatible by the looks of that. I was wondering if the cell guard or the zinc hexacyanoferrate was leaking out of the carbon, but it may not have. Alright, I'll see what sort of run we get out of our 15-minute charge with a paper towel separator around the zinc plate. So the cell may be still alive. Okay, for our 15-minute charge we got 4 milliamp hours and 4 milliwatt hours on it and a 26-minute run, and it's slowly bouncing back. It's not very good in its bounce back now, I've noticed. So I'll charge it up now again for an hour and we'll see what we get. I'll be back when I connect the leads. Yeah, I have the monitor ready. I'm connecting to the charge now. Same charge voltage, 2 volts. And we're 250 milliamps just then. I'm dropping rapidly. Alright, I'll let it charge up for an hour and we'll see what we get that time, next time. Okay, the charge has been on for an hour and we're down to 7 milliamps and 2.1 volts. I'll just disconnect the charger and connect the data logger. Okay, right, data logger's connected, I think. Ah, no it's not. Data logger's connected, we're at 2 volts and dropping. Disconnect the data. We'll do another test, see how long we get with an hour's charge. Alright, we're dropping. Alright, I'll be back. Okay, back. The real results are a bit strange. We got 7 milliamp hours and 7 milliwatt hours, which sort of matches the cell guard cell. But the runtime's down more, so we may have leakage, which would have made energy density increase perhaps if we had a proper separator between the cells. Because we normally get 50 something minutes and we only got 39 minutes. And the voltage bounce back is sort of slow. Maybe the cell is a bit damaged or oxidized, perhaps. Not sure. Yeah. Alright, I'll keep charging, see what happens. I still haven't got my magnetic stir bars yet, so we'll keep playing with this cell until then. Just wondering what sort of short circuit the cell is going to deliver after that run we just had then. Got it on the 200 range and shorting now. Oh, we had 100 milliamps. which isn't too bad. So it sort of does deliver a bit more actually with the paper towel. Give it some time to recover. 60. Drops rapidly. So still undecided on this cell. You might try paper towel coated in cellulose acetate and see how that goes, and also a boron separator I had once before. Yeah, boron. So I'll try a boron separator as well on this cell. Alright, till then. Okay, the cell's been idle for a couple of days. I just decided to give it a 20-minute charge at 4 volts. And the discharging of it is quite radical, as you can see by the voltage curve. It might be stabilising now, but it keeps going up and down. The cell drops down now to 0.3 volts overnight, so I think the zinc plate might be oxidised somewhat. It's looking really palish all over the surface of it. And we've had another increase in the drop. Alright, I'll let it discharge. Okay, the cell's still performing pretty well. It's holding 0.7 for a while. And we're at 8 milliamp hours and 8 milliwatt hours. So we did a charge the other time, was 2.2 volts for an hour. And we only just sort of got that and it was dead, the cell was out. So higher charge on the cell for some reason is actually lasting longer and a shorter charge time. So this one was only 20 minutes on the charge at 4 volts, or just above 4 volts. Then we got 46 minutes already and 8 milliwatt hours and 8 milliamp hours. Alright, I'll get back when it runs out. Quick note, the cell, the electrolyte's going darker there, but I did mix up the zinc at the bottom. It looks like there's a bit more down there. Just when you thought the cell was dead, it's done a 15 milliamp hour, 12 milliwatt hour run. Still sort of going, hour and 20 minutes in run time. And we should be running out shortly. I don't think what's left is going to add to the capacity of the cell anyway. So I guess I'll just stop it and we'll see if the voltage bounces back past 0.3. Alright, we're at our 0.3, what it was sitting at before the charge. So the cell seems to respond the best with a 4 volt charge. Well, I'll keep charging it up, and I haven't got my stir bars yet, so I'll keep going because I've got to wait for them before I can continue anything. So I wonder if the cell's forming now. It's the paper towel version of the cell. If you can see sort of in there. I have to take that clip off because they corrode up. As you can see, I've lost another alligator clip. Alright, I'll be back with some more charges later. It's Christmas Day. Merry Christmas everyone. And after yesterday's run of the cell for a voltage, we have 1.2. I just did a short circuit. It's over 200 milliamps the next day. So it is a Merry Christmas. So I'll put it on the 10 amp range and check short circuit current. 250 milliamps. So it is a Merry Christmas. So the cell's not too bad actually after a 4 volt charge yesterday and an hour and a half or something run. Alright, so hope the new year is good for everybody and a good year for battery making. Alright, till the next time. Okay, back. It's been 4 days since this cell's had a charge. For some reason it's at 1.26 today, maybe because I cleaned the contacts and stuff. And for a short circuit, I'll put it on the 10 amp range. I think it's high. I'm not sure, I haven't really tested it after 4 days. 200 and something milliamps. It's on the 10 amp range. That's actually looking quite good. So the chemistry is alright. That's the contaminated one with the steel stir bar. I've got my new stir bars. I'll show that in another video. This is just an update. So it hasn't been changed or anything. I mean charged. And it was delivering not too bad just then. So the little cell's not too bad after all. Oh, put that in the right socket. And we dropped down to 0.45 volts. It will build up. It was probably low the other day when I tested it because I short-circuited it before I showed you, just to see if it was dead or alive. It's currently alive. Alright, I might do another charge and then that will be it for this video because it's getting a bit long-winded for charges. Alright, I'll be back. Okay, after 4 days, first charge, half hour, 32 minutes on charge at around about 3 volts, 3.6. It was about 300 and something, nearly 400 milliamps constant. It sort of went up to 670 or something milliamps and dropped and then did something weird there. So we'll do a 10 milliamp discharge. It's dropping down pretty quickly. It's only a paper towel separator still. So we'll start a 10 milliamp test and see what happens. Okay, it's holding its voltage, sort of. Alright, I'll get back with the results. Okay, the cell's been running for an hour and 6 minutes. We're slightly down. We've got 11 milliamp hours and 9 milliwatt hours and an hour and 6 minutes run time. It's still sort of consistent. It wasn't quite 4 volts, it was 3.6 due to the heat and resistance in the charger, I guess, because I didn't adjust the potentiometer, but it was down on charge. Alright, so I'll call it for this video. It's just a video about charging the cell over days, and that's about it really. And I got my stir bars so I can make my new active ingredients correctly this time, uncontaminated I hope, unless it's the distilled water. So thanks for watching and have a good new year everyone.